A very good Sunday afternoon, my people, and St. Patrick Day. Happy St. Patrick Day. Like I said, that any type of healers throughout history, and they use different kind of methods to try to reduce human suffering that really deserve our respect and deserve to be remembered. So that's been said, let's start with our part one. Part one is let's do a deep breathing exercise. This exercise is based on Taoist longevity breathing treatment that you breathe. I want you to relax and breathe naturally, right? Remember that you breathe in as deep as you can, you breathe out as fully as you can, right? You imagine yourself as a tree, deeply rooted. Put your arms up naturally. Close your eyes. When we close our eyes, what that means we are giving our liver system a break. Spring is liver time, and it's our today's topic about liver health, right? We'll do 10 times together. Now we're going to do our part two, our 10 energy movements. 10 energy movements is one of the best fascia movements. Fascia is going to be the new topic in town. Mark my word, the next 5 years, everybody will be talking about fascia system. And you can tell them you've been doing fascia exercise to really cleanse the fascia, to create a better or more smooth flow of your fascia system for at least 2 or 3 years. And in this movement, we are strengthening our lungs and liver. These movements also have a lot to do with lymph health. Your gut and your lymph. Your neck health and your 7 basic emotions. Heart health, your spine health, and your liver health. This one also open up your thigh radiant line. We'll talk more today. Your kidney health, spine health, if you have gallbladder stones, kidney stones, bladder inflammation, do this one more often. Next two is for longevity. That really is to strengthen the whole tendon part and your fascia out. Yes, okay. Hmm. So your head down. Okay, now we all know what to do. Let's have our warm water. I always have my Meyer lemons in it. So today we're going to talk a little bit about spring health. Spring is coming and it is slowly getting here. So spring health in traditional Chinese medicine related to your liver health. Spring, the element of spring is wood. So as you can see, everything is slowly waking. And you will, if you go out anywhere in nature, you'll begin to see changes, right? Now it's small changes until spring comes, and then the changes will be more and more. So spring is a good time to balance our liver system. So in traditional Chinese medicine, that we have the liver system that has different responsibilities and different functions. So one thing is that our liver system holds, because we believe human soul has different parts. Each part are being hosted in different organ systems. So our liver system hosts what we call Hun. Hun is that part of soul that reincarnates with us. Each time we are either born as human or as a dog or as a tree or as whatever it is, that our one piece is our old friend that will be with us until finally we finish the run of reincarnation to become incarnated. That means we are part of the pure source. But until then, our liver, our Hun, the part of our soul live in our liver system that will always be with us. So so that's been said, is that we call that Hun, that lives in our liver system. That just if we just meditate on this idea just a minute, and to say that in the room of coming and going, coming and going, coming and going, you have this old friend that's a part of you that guides you, that will always be with you. And so people ask me, well, can I have a bad part? Can I have a bad piece? Or is just a pure piece? we believe in traditional Chinese medicine and in Taoism, we believe that that peace is timeless, pure of the pure part. That each time when we are born, that are with us when we die, the death is not just is a inevitable step, but also is a necessary step, because death cleanses that part of soul that you go through, cleanse, you become more and more pure. So that's why that in monastery or in a lot of tradition that you train monks when they're very young, because we believe that children who has the strongest old soul, right, the peace that reincarnates with them, and then they can really guide them in a pure form, is children. Children have the strongest. And then when people grow, when they grow up and they are being influenced by all kinds of external factors, and then that they are not as, they have more stagnation. So so in that way, that why that it is important for parents to really have the kids to have a good structure, right? Then you can really nourish your liver system, and also give them time of prayer and meditation. And however, sometimes the kids just, they can just look at outside and for hours and let them, because they are connecting, right? They are connecting to their force. So that is the piece of soul that live in our liver system. So, but what does that piece of soul do? We call that if you have a strong liver system, you will naturally let your commander out. So the commander will guide you to have strategic plan. So then to set up better structures. So to guide you through this life with as little disturbance or disruptions as possible. So that really is the job, or is the responsibility of this piece of soul. So a lot of times that if we have too much stagnation, we're unable to listen to our body, right? Then our old soul, that piece, together with the piece that lives in our lungs, that's our current advisor, they need to be communicating. That's your lungs, lives in your lungs. They need to be communicating all the time. We call 如胶似漆. They're like the oil in the dough, cannot be separated. So they have this, but if you have too much stagnation, then you will disturb that communication, that interaction, right? So that's why, reduce stagnation is important. We'll get to that later on. So now we know that piece of soul lives there, and but we also believe liver organ system has another major function, is really purify the blood. It's a really very hardworking filter system as well, and really help to create healthy blood. So as we know, especially in women, right, because the liver system as such, liver energy goes up to help with heart and lungs, goes across to help with digestion, and goes down to help with reproductive organ systems. If people have stagnation, or if they, well, we'll talk about the COVID a little bit later, why COVID blood has a lot to do with congealed blood. So that disturbs the health of the liver, right? So again, the main function, according to TCM, according to traditional Chinese medicine, is help to purify the blood and help with the health of the blood. So what does liver system like? The liver system like a relaxed flow. Has to flow, cannot be stagnant, does not want to be boxed in, has to have that relaxed flow. Please do remember, I said not just flow, but a very relaxed, natural flow. So what does liver system dislike? Dislike stagnation. Anytime if people have stagnation in the liver system, and you hear me constantly saying, we need to reduce liver energy stagnation. This is why. Because the liver system really dislikes to be stagnant. So, what are some signs that springtime we should really strengthen our liver system? And we'll tell you how. But what are some signs that your body needs help? To say, well, you know, I have these signs, and if I go to do blood work, if I do anything, that it comes back normal, but I just don't feel good. So what are some signs that our body are crying for help? Help my liver system. So if you have upper, middle, back pain, so that is a sign to cry for help. If you have lower abdominal pain in this region, right, because the liver energy that daimai is cross this line, right, that if you have pain here and you do not understand why, and that is a sign your liver said, please help me a little bit. If you have dry eye, or if you have eye pain, if you feel, oh, you just cannot, your eyes is just not doing, or you have a lot of tears in your eyes. So that is a sign. If you have bitterness in your mouth, dry mouth, a lot of times in Western medicine, we say, well, you know, maybe you have acid reflux. You probably do, because the liver system is no longer able to help a lot with the digestion that give you that will give you some indigestion and some acid reflux. But also check your liver system, because dry mouth, bitterness in your mouth, that also means that your liver system need help. And what else? Any kind of reproductive organ system related that we put into the liver health, right? With women, it could be that low sex drive or menstrual cycle cramping. With men, that impotent. A man and a woman, frequent urination, or sometimes if people cough and they will have a little, they cannot control their urine. So these are all signs of the liver system need help. But what is the most significant sign and cannot be ignored is anxiety and depression. If people have a lot of anger, if you see a lot of people how they drive, you see, oh, they have liver problems, right? And a lot of uncontrolled anxiety and comes with rage. And if you see that in children, and you know they need their liver system need to be balanced. So far, any questions? That before I go to what kind of things we can do to help to balance the liver system. Do we have any questions so far? Or Sarah, you want me to continue on with what can we do to help with it?
I think we're good for now, Dr. Liu. I like the flow of the physical.
Okay.
And then,
okay.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Okay, so then these are the signs. So when we have those, when we hear those signs, what do we do? right? Because we want our body to send us those signs so we can help out. So what we do is, what we'll do if you have upper or middle back pain, right? What is it? You know that your muscle is sourness in the muscle that is a part of the stagnation in the liver. And a lot of people, if they have high level of anxiety or experience mood, really a lot of anger, then sometimes that will cause that temporary inflammation. Or people just simply have spine problems will cause that too, right? What you do is relax, right? Remember liver system like a relaxed flow, and then you just move your, just, you see what I'm doing? You can do it when you talk to people. That's a little strange, but you can do it. And when you work, give yourself a minute just to naturally relax, just relax, naturally relax. Just naturally relax your shoulder. And that will help with relax the muscle a little bit. So that is when you have the upper and middle back pain or discomfort, and then you just need to, every hour or so, give it 5-10 times just to do this. Just what is the comes most natural to you. So that is a gentle shoulder movement. So what is it that with dry eyes or eye pain, we actually have a very good video we taped to share with you, right? And I don't think we have the time to do the whole eye treatment, but the easiest way is just simply to close your eyes and open it. Close really hard and open really wide. So every half an hour, and you close your eyes, you remember every single time you close your eyes, you give your liver a break. And that also, when you close your eyes, your liver system will naturally connect. The old soul piece will connect. That's why in any kind of prayer, you don't really see people pray like this, and they always pray like this, right? And that's really, I think that's why, because when you close your eyes, your body has this very relaxed way that weaken the old part of the soul. Then the old part of the soul begin to communicate. So then always remember, especially nowadays, a lot of people sitting in front of computer or other device too long. You just need to close your eyes. Give a minute, close your eyes, and open and close your eyes. Then that is one of the best way. And then if you have dry eyes, do some eye exercise. We have that link. We can send it to you later. So, and then the other thing we can do is very simple. By now, we all have a pair of walnuts, right? So because another sign of people who have liver imbalances is that sometimes people said, oh, I have my hands cramped up always, or my lower legs cramped up. So that is also a sign, right? So what you do is you use walnuts to exercise, right? You just have a pair to exercise, keep it moving, just exercise and use a pair of walnuts. That's the best way to exercise your hands. If you exercise your hands, every time you exercise your hands, you move your hands, then you're helping your liver. So, and what else can we do? Well, you always need to have 8 hours of good sleep, right? Because when you lie down, close your eyes, that also your liver system, that give your liver system a complete cleanse, that will be helpful as well. And then the other thing, what we can do is, I am going to teach you something new today, is we have each one of us, we have more than 3 miles of meridian lines, right? The energy lines. If we stretch it out and we measure it, you will see we have more than 2 miles of blood vessels, more than 3 miles of energy lines. So one of the line is like a circle here, right here, is we call Dai Mai. Dai is literally like a belt. Dai means belt. So you have this line like a belt. So this one cannot be so tight, cannot be too loose. Each time, if you have a lot of inflammation, it will be very tight. You will experience diarrhea. If it's too loose, you will have constipation. So what you do is you need to strengthen that by massaging it, right? And then the other thing is we have a lot of people going through menopause, right? It's always here, either too tight or too loose, that also store fat and also store unwanted fluid. So what you do is you massage it. You just massage. And then the other thing you do, we used to have those hula circle that kids do and people do. This is just one of the best way to really massage this line, where you just literally manually do this. And then colon massage will do the same thing, right? You cannot during the day to do colon massage, but you can do this massage any time of the day. Just keep it moving. So these are the things that we encourage people do that will help with your liver, right? Anytime you say, oh, I need a little help with my liver, then do that. Then, you can get your walnuts out, you can massage yourself, you can move your shoulders, you can just move your lower abdomen and sort of say, I am balancing my Dai Mai, right? My Dai meridian line. So, so these are all the little tricks that we can do. But our liver system, go back to that soul, that our old soul that is our forever friend, will be incarnated with us one day. So what is the best way? What is, if we choose one, what is it? And it's really meditation, it's prayer, right? Because if you do that, you are giving your old soul a chance to breathe, to connect with the pure source. So, because what we do say is that in Huangdi Neijing, we says that this part, the liver part, also is the one that help us to understand limits, our physical limits, right? Our energy limits, that will help us to regain that balance by telling us. So nowadays, if people are overdoing it, a lot of things we're overdoing it, then you are pushing that limits, which is a very unhealthy thing to do. So, and then, but like I said, the other thing is that we just need that time to meditate, time to pray, time to reflect, time to cultivate, time to be with our source, time to be with nature. So if you do that, your liver will help you, and your liver system will thank you, and you will have a relaxed and smooth spring. Okay, so I'll leave a little bit of time for people to ask questions.
Thank you so much, Dr. Liu. Very enlightening. I keep hearing the word movement as you're talking about this, and understanding the physical or the physiological function of the liver in needing to move, right? So sort of our way of life encourages that movement in the liver or lack thereof. Yes.
So the flow, right? The movement, the flow, and the relaxation, and all these things that is the springtime really is a time to let yourself be free, right? It's a time to relax, time to move, right? So yes.
So Dr. Lu, I'm thinking of the way most people live. I mean, relaxed is sort of the last word that comes to mind, unfortunately, with just the busyness and the pace of living with our modern day culture. Is it fair to say most people have a degree of liver stagnation or disharmony?
Yes, yes. I think it's because we have walked away from what our body is intended of designed, our original design, or our body is supposed to be. We have walked away of being humans. We have walked into a category of being consumers, um, and that really create a lot of health problems for us. So we most of times, because we don't the old time, we don't really meet with the wolves and tigers that often. So people do know how to relax, right? But now we have all those so-called convenience, but we can't relax. We don't remember how to relax our body. From the moment the poor kid wake up, quick, you know, do this, do that, do that, you know, thousands of things to do. And with adults, hundreds of thousands things to do. So why is that? Just relax a little bit, let your body move naturally, and go out to nature. And then you will remember what your old soul is telling you, and you will not be, then that will help to promote balance and health in human body.
Thank you, Dr. Lu. I'm going to pretend that today is the very first teaching that I'm sitting in on, and I am just meeting you and I'm just learning about my body in this unique, different perspective. Why is being in nature so important as it pertains to the liver?
Because that's where because we are a part of nature, right? And we are, think about our liver, that old soul. Maybe previous life was that tree outside. Maybe 2 lifetimes ago was that possum that just had give me another baby. My possum just gave me another baby, by the way. Congratulate me, please. I'm very proud possum godfather. So think about, we have that piece that sits in us. We can't separate from nature. The dirt, the earth, get your hands dirty. We are a part of thee, they are a part of us. So for us to have that communication, for us to have that connection, that is not just necessary, is the basic survival of being a human. And not to say that will make us super happy. Happiness comes from within, but that helps.
I agree. It really does help. I'm thinking of it too, Dr. Lu. I mean, just nature with its just sort of rhythms and natural movements and the constant that it is sort of unchanged, but also changing. I mean, it really is such a...
Yeah, because nature has yin and yang, right? The ever changing and yet the stillness. We need to have both, right? So in us, we need to have both the ever changing and then the stillness. If you don't have that, you won't have this. You don't have that, you won't have that.
Thank you, Dr. Liu. I know that you wanted to touch on the notion of stagnation as you were discussing the liver, and you sort of said we'll get to that a little bit later. I know you described the physiological manifestations of what it's like to have sort of a liver disharmony. Can you touch a little bit on stagnation and how that might impact energy and how that then translates to impacting other organ systems as well?
So stagnation really is that when we talk about stagnation, we're talking about the energy movements, mostly the movements of the system, right? Think about each one of us has more than 10 trillion cells, and each of that single cell knows what to do because they have layers of very balanced control system, right? And layers of the energy, that the energy lines, that is like the tunnels, is like the, it's like you just move, naturally knows, move from A to B, B to C, to have that flow. But if our body is out of balance, then we create this, then the flow stops, right? If that flow stops regionally, we'll create localized stagnation that will lead to inflammation. Inflammation will lead to more stagnation, and then that will spread to other parts. So think about if we have blood stagnation, let's say COVID, we know COVID causes a lot of inflammation that also have this little granule type of things that our blood create naturally. So that has to be cleaned. Otherwise, that will create severe stagnation, that will, the blood will become congealed. The blood is not running smoothly, but rather running like jello type of thing. So that can lead to serious health problems. So stagnation really is what's supposed to flow, but couldn't. So what we will do to help the body is to recreate that flow. Then your body will know how to do it for you. So if your body is not able to do it, and you hear me saying in our clinic all the time that let's reduce your stagnation, your stomach energy stagnation, your liver energy stagnation, your dampness in your spleen system, what I am trying to do is to help you to have a more effortless, relaxed flow. That's what I'm doing. And then your body will take over. Because you have to remember, your body knows how to help you, how to do everything for you. We just need to be the helper, not the one who will do whatever. We should do whatever we can to help our body to have that smoothness instead of to do whatever we can to ruin that, right? That's what most people in modern society has been doing, is that once we walk away from what we naturally know and do, then we become or we begin to follow this, I don't even know where those things comes from, but we begin to follow those things. Let's say we know we need to sleep 8 hours, but says who we only need 4 hours. We know we need to be in bed by 10:30. Says who you can stay up until 12:30 and 1. If you do things against what your body wants you to do, what to expect, right? Well, then good luck.
Thank you so much, Dr. Liu. I know as we approach spring, a lot of sort of liver-friendly foods will be available at the farmer's market, just sprouts and young greens. And there's a question about sort of liver cleansing and nourishing food. So I guess that's my plug-in for the farmer's market of just keeping it local and keeping it fresh and keeping it seasonal. But if you have any other ideas that you wanted to mention as far as food recommendations.
Just what's, it just, what is available now? What is available? Go to your local farmer's market, right? And see what is available. And then, and the other thing is, I eat carrots every day. I actually encourage people to eat carrots every day with me. That is good for your liver, good for your blood, and good for your eyes. I just think that sometimes we need a little bit additional support. And the spring, I eat a lot of sprouts, right? Bean sprouts and pea shoots and all these things that's the sprouting, right? You want sprout with the liver, right?
I guess too, Dr. Lu, I want to just add our emphasis on the monthly application of the Meyer lemon cleanse and the liver cleanse. Just as that's something that we are always supporting our clients to do also routinely. I know liver health is such an integral part of our practice and your approach to treatment design. We do have one question, Dr. Lu, about fatigue as it relates to liver disharmony. If you can speak a little bit about that.
Many organ systems will lead to fatigue, but lately we've been seeing a lot of people who are really kind of sick with all kinds of viral attacks. And after that, their body, because of their blood system is being influenced, their inflammation marker goes up to the roof, and then that will create fatigue. So yes, so fatigue is a part of disharmony of the liver system. And if you do the energy movements, you close your eyes and do this, that will help with the fatigue. And also, don't forget to take the wellness 1 teaspoon daily, because that reduces stagnation, right? When you reduce stagnation, you will be less fatigued because your body will run it more smoothly for you.
Actually, I'm kind of marveling at the fact that I never thought about how important it is to close your eyes. Or why I've done that for 40 plus years while trying to meditate or sit quietly, how it seemed almost natural. And now I understand why. That's kind of amazing.
So, when we do naturally, it's because our body just knows, right? And you don't see people, I'm praying like this, right? And it's like you're praying like this. There's a reason for it. And if you remember anything from today, make sure you exercise your hands. Make sure you give your old soul a chance to connect with you and with the source. Closing your eyes and take a nap from here and there. It's all good. Spring is here. It's time to really go out there, relax, and enjoy.
Dr. Lu, thank you so much. I was going to ask you for closing thoughts, but I think that was it. Thank you so much.
So I will see you all when I come back from Asia. Do send your positive thoughts and prayers my way, please.
Will do. Thank you, Dr. Lu. Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you, Dr. Lu. Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you again for an inspiring hour with Dr. Lu and Sarah, of course.
Nathan, that's a much better title for these Sunday teachings than the one I came up with. I might recycle that one.
Thank you. Be my guest.
I know we have a group meeting with our whole team after this. I'll just, instead of logging out, and I'll just keep it on. And I will give you 2 minutes, and then we'll meet you back here in 2 minutes. I'm going to get some water.